The Seattle Mariners are by far the scariest team in all of baseball. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Bad for Baseball, the baddest baseball podcast on the internet. I'm your host, Adam Peddle, joined alongside by Nicholas Paleolog. After the trade deadline, the Seattle Mariners have become an absolute threat in the American League and could be a threat for the World Series because I don't want to face them the way that they're playing right now in baseball. They've always had that great pitching staff, great bullpen, great rotation, and they're still great this year. But it's always been about the lineup, and they went and they made some pretty big acquisitions at the deadline, and now their current players are hot and they're great, and I don't want to face them if I'm an opposing team. Nick, what do you love about the Seattle Mariners team right now?
So I'm looking up right now just to see if I can find this article again, because a couple days ago I was talking about the Seattle Mariners in a other video for a different channel, and one thing that they were the best at, by far, by any other team in baseball, they had a stretch of hitting a crapload of home runs and stealing a crapload of bases. And that's what their offense is built off of right now. It's the long ball and it's the stolen base. And they're just so good at it, like, basically, how do I want to put this? It's almost like they jump on you as an offense. It's like you're chilling as a pitcher, and then all of a sudden it's like bang, there's a home run right there, there's a walk, there's a stolen bag, now I'm in danger. It's like this offense can creep up on you so fast. And for me, that is going to play in the postseason.
Like they're fourth in home runs and third in stolen bases. And, you know, one of the guys I want to highlight right now for the Seattle Mariners that's getting a lot of those stolen bases is Mr. Josh Naylor. Now, let's be honest, folks. When you look at Josh Naylor, shout out to the Canadian boy, you're like, this isn't a stolen base guy. I mean, he's a big guy. He's a first baseman. This dude has 22 stolen bases this season, if you believe it or not. And on the last little bit, he's gotten, in the last 15 days, Josh Naylor, he's gotten 7 stolen bases. Am I right? Yes, he's got 7 stolen bases. Yes, you know, you've got the power, you've got the good batting average of 291, the OPS plus of 125. That's what they traded for when they got him. But you also got a stolen base threat, and he could literally have a 2020 season this year, and it's not about the stolen bases you got to worry about. He needs 5 more home runs to get that number.
Yeah, I think that Josh Naylor was such an incredible addition there for those Seattle Mariners. Actually, you're hovering right over it right now. I wanted to pull up what he's done since he got traded over. That's a 283 batting average, an OPS of 887. He's got
11 stolen bases.
11 stolen bases. This is since he got traded over, right?
That's
4
crazy.
home runs on top of that as well. Like he's just been an absolute production machine, and I think that total line right there, like that line is indicative of what this Mariners offense is capable of doing. Like I said, it sneaks up on you, and before you know it, you're in the shit, and it's like, god damn, like I just got down, like a 2-run blast, and it's like, I thought I was pitching so good. Not anymore. Looking over at this lineup, it is deep now, folks. Once they traded for Naylor and Julio Suarez, who, by the way, is a little cold right now. We'll talk about him later. But looking over at that lineup, I mean, any single one of those individuals can go yard at effectively any moment. Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez is starting to heat up right now. Naylor, I mean, like, all of these guys feel so dangerous to me.
Yeah, it's funny. You forget about the Arozarena trade if you're just an outside fan, like, of all MLB teams. You're like, oh, yeah, right. They got Arozarena last year, which was supposed to be solving a lot of their offensive problems. This guy's just quietly putting up a solid season of 810 OPS. Obviously, Raleigh has been a highlight story of like the MLB this year. Could win MVP at this rate with Aaron Judge kind of being out on the shelf for the last couple of weeks. Now he's back, but he's missed a little bit of time. He's obviously been the great story. And then, like you mentioned, Julio Rodriguez, we've got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on our favorite baseball team, the Toronto Blue Jays, and he, for the last couple seasons, has had a tendency of, I get hot in the second half. It's been the same thing for this guy right here. In his entire career, in the second half, he's got a 903 OPS. In the first half, he's got a 737. And it's happening again right here in the last little bit for the Mariners. He's popping popping off. He's got the team lead in hits in the last 15 days, an OPS of 944. So with that guy being as well as he is, that's the key right there, because then you got a 1 through 5, I'd argue, of just like elite talent that is very scary to get through, like you're mentioning.
That's the thing, and I was bringing this up in the other video that I recorded talking about them. I just think that this Mariners team is built for the playoffs, and I think that they are in such a good spot because that lineup, the ability to hit home runs and the ability to I was going to say steal runs, and what I mean by that is like they steal a lot of bases. It's like they're basically trying to, manufacture runs right that. So even if it's an off day for them, they're not hitting home runs, they're still going to find a way to get runners in scoring position and have to do less work, right? They're trying to find a way where it's like we don't have to string 3 hits together on Tarek Skubal, who we're going to be up against in the playoffs, to be able to score a run. And that offense is very, very capable of doing it. And why I think it's going to play so well in the postseason is because the other team, well, they're going to be up against some really good pitchers too. Brian Wu, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. Let me tell you, it's going to be very difficult to string 3 hits together off of those guys. So if you're the other squad right now and Seattle just hit a 2-run blast, like you basically got to go tit for tat with them because it's going to be so difficult to get those guys on the ropes and have a long sustained inning of, here's a single and here's a double and here's like it's tough to do that against that rotation.
Yeah, and they're getting hot at the right time. Earlier in the year, I remember looking at their Fangraphs page, and they were like 20th in ERA. Like they were a bottom 10 team in any, but they still had all the names. They were kind of hurt. You're like, oh, they're going to figure out and be fine. Now they're up to 9th in ERA, 8th in ERA in terms of relief pitching. So they are a top 10 rotation. But here's the thing: they're getting hot at the right time.
Exactly.
It's all about getting hot at the right time, and they're doing it offensively. They're doing it with the pitching. That's why I don't want to face them.
Well, and listen, I filmed a video about the Mariners 3 days ago.
Yeah.
They were 11th in starting a pitcher ERA. So it's it's clearly it's going down at the right moment in time. And I said there, and I'll say it again here, I didn't even believe that 11 that I saw. Because looking over at the name value, I mean, like, that rotation is full of studs. They didn't have Logan Gilbert for a long period of time. There's a couple other individuals that were out for a long period of time as well. And now it's like they're all together, they're all healthy, and they're rolling. Before we sign off, we do have to just highlight very quickly one of the minor, I guess, hiccups right now in the Seattle Mariners lineup, and that is actually Mr. Eugenio Suarez, okay? Biggest bat at the trade deadline, acquired him, and so far hasn't done a whole lot.
No, not at all. Last 14 days, he's batting 114, excuse me, as I read that correctly. Only 1 homer, and he's got a slugging of 205. That's not a Eugenio Suarez at all. Like, as soon as he left the Arizona Diamondbacks, it felt like he just fell off a cliff. Now, I don't know what's going on with him. If there's any Seattle Mariners here in the chat, please let us know. What's the concern? Is it a mental thing? Is it a physical thing? Is it just... Because it's like, it's not like... Yeah, there's always adjustments when you go to a new place, but he's played here before, so I feel like he'd have an easier time transitioning back into Seattle. But, that's something to note. But I do think he should be fine. It's not just like he falls off the face of the earth and forgets how to hit, right? So that's the one thing to note. Now, with all this being said, right now, they're sitting pretty. They are 1 game back of the Houston Astros. At one point, they were actually tied, and then they lost, and Houston won last night. So they are right there, and they're sitting in first place in the wild card. Man, the Mariners, they could make a legit shot at the AL West to get that bye the way they're rolling right now.
I think that they're very much in the mix for the bye because I look around the entire American League, and again, it's like it's not... Like, they're at 67 wins. The Toronto Blue Jays are at 70, and they're leading all the American League. Yeah. And, Toronto Blue Jays have been playing decent ball, but not nearly at the same caliber as what Seattle's doing right now. Like, Seattle is hot, and they are rolling over teams. I think that when everything is said and done, I do think that that's going to be a squad that is going to get the bye, and honestly, a team that I just do not want to deal with in the postseason whatsoever at all. Like, I feel like they are so... I just keep going back to the fact like they're built for success in the playoffs. And I think that this is the first time in years that if you're a Seattle Mariners fan, you can actively look up and down your roster and go, okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah.
Whereas in years prior, it's like, okay, you've always been a playoff team, but everyone around baseball kind of knew it's like, well, when it gets down to it, when you're up against the Astros of the world, you're gonna blink, and you have before. This year, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, because it's the offense. They figured out the problems. And then last year on this channel, I was actively betting against them the entire season, and I won my bet because they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
But this year, I can't. They're legit. They're scary, and any team would be scared to go up against them in the playoffs. But guys, you let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll catch you next time.
Cheers.